My dad was a mortician in a corner. Growing up in a mortuary, like, nobody wants to hang out with you because you live with dead people. As a young girl trying to make it, you know, they'll just replace you.
I know the dances I would do to not be replaced, but I never had to show my breastises. You're supposed to be the last bastion of greatness. Are you f***ing kidding me? Hey, you got fingernails? I got fingernails.
First dick I ever saw was not a dead dude. Like, that's fucking funny. No wonder I'm in horror movies.
That's a weird introduction.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I just start.
Nice.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Look at you. You got all cozy.
I can use like my namaste.
I love that. Are you a big yoga head?
I am a big yoga head. I needed
Really?
something to sort of like quiet my energy. Like you were offering me coffee.
Yes.
I don't drink coffee.
Why?
Well, I'm naturally like energetic. I just have a lot of energy. So imagine me on some caffeine.
What's your birth sign?
Pisces, baby. What are you? Why do I feel like you're Pisces?
Pisces are emo.
Okay. What the fuck? We
They're
just have emotion.
No, I mean I am too, but you Pisces get a little butt hurt.
We do get a little butt hurt. I think Pisces need to like work on themselves. They need to store all this stuff. You know, we just need to store it somewhere. We just need to figure out what works for us. What are you? Scorpio? What are you? What are you, Mr. Pisces?
Well, do we get along?
I don't know. What are you?
Well, I think we get along, right?
Yeah, we get along.
What do you think?
I don't know. For some reason, I always thought you were giving Pisces energy, but I could see you as like a Virgo as well.
No. Ew.
What are you?
We don't like Virgos on this pod.
You don't like Virgos?
Ew. Check lock, check lock, check lock, check lock. Virgos are so uptight.
But they're just in their head. Virgos are like in their head.
100%.
You think we're emotional? They're like, emotion is just like locked in. They're like very hard on themselves. What are you?
You can tell what I am.
I can tell
Because
what
the
you
way
are?
you kind of look at me like you think I'm funny, but you also treat me like I'm a little bit of a zoo animal. Like you're like, this guy's bizarre.
No.
You don't think so?
No. I just want to like get deep into you.
Gemini.
You're a Gemini?
Yes.
Get the fuck out.
Yes.
That's wild.
We get along?
Yes.
Why is that wild?
Because I wouldn't have thought that you were a Gemini.
We're the coolest.
You guys are like you got two sides. You got two beings in there.
20 sides.
Okay.
Multiple
50,
personalities.
50. That's me too, though. Maybe that's why we semi.
Wait, I have a lot. You can't tell that I'm a Gemini?
No, I can't tell you're a Gemini. That's wild.
Well,
Danielle's a Gemini.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I act. You act.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes rap. You play music.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes do stand up. You are funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have multiple. So you could also be a Gemini.
It's just being an artist, man.
I agree with that, but not everybody does multiple things.
Being a creative, yeah. I know. I'm trying to understand that sort of side. Was it something that you just had as a kid that you were just like?
I just never. I was like this energy
stopped.
that you. I could like I loved COVID. I'm not allowed to say that.
Okay.
Because I got a lot done.
Yeah.
Everyone, I had no FOMO.
Yeah.
And everyone, I wasn't missing out. And I was like, we're all on a hamster wheel.
Yeah.
And I was like, got my house in order. I never stayed there that much.
Yeah.
I was getting jokes in order. I was getting a script written. I could sit in COVID for 2 years and I wouldn't be bored.
Damn.
Because I have things to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people don't. I don't understand how people go do something they hate and just sit in their apartment or look at a TV or something.
Yeah, that's not me either.
No.
I am constantly going. Sometimes, I'm in a 12-step program right now.
For
ACA.
what?
Have you heard of ACA?
No.
Adult Children of Alcoholic and Dysfunctional Family.
Well, this is a new one. This is like LGBTQAI.
This is the fucking one that I should have been on it long, because I did SLAW, I did Sex Love Anonymous in my 20s.
What's,
and
we got the alphabet here. Sex.
I'm always wanting to
Let's go slow.
work on myself.
You're working hard.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're only barely 30 something.
I'm 36, baby.
You're
I'm a
20.
fetus.
You're 20 in my eyes. So wait, let's go back.
Yes.
What was the first one?
So ACA, which is...
Actually, we're all gonna be like this.
Isn't this nice? I'm like trying to open up my hip flexors right now.
I did that.
Oh, you hear that?
I stretched earlier.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
ACA is, I'm just trying to... I'm trying to really figure out who I am.
Yes.
Like really figure out who I am outside of work, outside of being a creative.
You're doing that now?
That's my journey right now because I've realized that I don't enjoy doing anything that isn't work.
I'm with you.
Like at all. Like I can autopilot. I can put a mask on. I can force myself to enjoy it and try to be present in my friendships, in my relationship. But I'm like putting on some sort of front, And so I'm really trying to figure out where that started, why it started, and who I am if you strip everything away and I'm just by myself. And figure out, like, can I love that version of myself? Which, that fucking scares me. Just even me saying that terrifies me. So I just need to do some work.
When did that start?
It's me working on ACA.
So wait, adult children of...
alcoholic or dysfunctional family.
And so you are in this now, and this helps you with your new journey of self-discovery.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been doing this program? A year, 2 years, 3 years?
No, for a month.
Oh, it just started.
I just started.
You just started. You never heard of it before?
No, I never. If I had heard about this, I would have been in it as soon as I left home.
And how? I mean, I have to be real with you. Like, work is a very fulfilling thing. Now I'm older than you,
massive.
So it will. I don't know how it will be for you, but I have a different thing because both my parents have passed away. They lived a long time though. Mm-hmm. So I've been through a lot in my life, just like we all have. But I've had different chapters of success and failures. Yeah. So at some point, Will Smith has this great quote. He said, "People talk about rock bottom, but they don't talk about cliff top." Mm-hmm. And he talks about it. And Jim Carrey also said it, where you can get everything you want, but it may not make you happy. Yeah. And even being on a set or acting or doing a badass stunt or in the height of any of your biggest hits or your hits to come, you'll be there in the moment, but at night you go to bed, you put your head on your pillow and you're like, is this really fulfilling? Oh my God. You don't understand. That's what kind of hit me because, I had this show that just launched on Netflix and I was sitting and I was going with all the Netflix people. And what show?
Devil May Cry.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Okay, so it was like I was doing all this stuff. I was going to the premiere and people were super fans of it. And then I had that sort of emptiness. It was weird. I'm like, I can't even really enjoy the uphill. Like I was just kind of like I've been describing, like very much on autopilot. It's like, why can't I feel this and have this sink in? Like all these good things are happening to me, but I can't really enjoy it. I'm just thinking about, okay, great. Let's just keep it going. Let's just keep it going. Let's just keep it going. Let's just figure it out. Is this a new feeling? No, I don't think it is. I think it's just the first time that you've enjoyed. Okay. And you've been acting since you were a child, right? Since I was 7. Since you were 7. And you were just kind of put on a hamster wheel. You've been doing it almost 30 years. Yeah. Singing and dancing for your dinner. Oh, yeah. Being in the circus, baby. 2 parents or 1? 2 parents, but my biological mother, I lived with my biological mother, and then I was living with my father and my stepmom at 7. And then never saw my biological mother until my mid-20s. And then I just connected with her in my early 30s. Then she got diagnosed with cancer and passed away. I'm so sorry. It's fucking wild. like wild.
I'm
like
so
not
sorry.
processing that is wild. Like as a kid, you know. But yeah, so very dysfunction, and then I was just like kind of thrown into acting because they didn't understand what to do with this this kid.
Who put you in?
My stepmom and my dad. And it was like therapy to me. Like it really was. There was obviously a lot that I was dealing with as a kid, and when I got put into that, it was a massive release for me. It really helped me as a kid, for sure.
I know a lot of actors that started at a young age and now are adults. Some have, like you've, even though you're going through a lot right now, you still transition nicely.
Yeah.
And I know some that have flamed out.
Yeah.
And I know some that are dead.
Yeah, I know.
And we know some that are just working at a coffee shop. I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah.
So the thing for you is, because you've been in it, I mean, I got my SAG card in 1990, so we've been in it around the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you started at such a young age. I started at 19. You started at 7. I wanted to start at 7, but no one, you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
You grew up in LBC, so it was like, I know a lot of kids from LA that acting, Leo literally did acting as like a job.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I'll just do some commercials to make money for college. That's how it is when you grow up in LA.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know if you felt like that.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a thing if you're good or interesting. So now that you did this, it's hitting you now.
Yeah.
I'm older than you, and I'll say this, is that, listen, I don't know your journey. Listen, I've had multiple houses. I've had Bentleys. I had a Bentley. I had a Aston. I've gone to the Playboy Mansion a lot. I've been premiered at Man's Chinese, and I've done straight to Pakistan Red Box movies.
Yeah.
I've played 6,000 people at University of Ohio, 5,000 people in Iceland, 2 people in the Valley in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
I made a lot of money, lost a lot of money. What makes you happy, which is, there's a great book called Happiness is a Serious Problem, because it's not about people, who would be happy, who would be happy. That's a bullshit thing. It's a lot of people go on a ride at Disneyland, they go, I'm happy. No, they're experiencing euphoria and joy for a minute, but it's not real happiness.
Yeah.
It's a moment of a thrill.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, and talking to multiple therapists, and our business, you learn so much so quickly. At 7, you were already 30 because the stuff you experienced. Interpersonal relationships are the key. A sense of community. Since COVID, I have my purpose, but it is changing because our business is changing.
Yeah.
A sense of community is big. Like, what is my community, and what are we all going towards?
Yeah.
And just a few key people doing what you love, and around people that love you.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is.
And that seems to be like what a lot of people say, like in your 30s, what starts to shift is like you start to like that pool of people, you become to realize, wow, I need to get rid of the people that no longer serve me, or that are, like I'm going through those sort of transitions right now.
It gets smaller.
It does. It gets so small. And coming from me, which is obviously like, being able to like identify with ACA and the traits of like what some adults that have ACA, it's abandonment, it's like codependent, or it's like isolation. It's like, there's a lot of like key things that you can mold into. And those things are to make your pool smaller. It's almost like really scary. Like it's a really scary thing, but I love that I can recognize that. And I've been talking to a lot, like my inner child a lot. it's really nice to be able to recognize that you do have like an inner child in there. You have an inner child. I see your inner child all the time. And I think that's why I really resonate with you, because I do see glimpses of that. And I really like that when I see that in people who is able to like let that like sort of inner child out and it not be like tucked in, you know? So I'm just like now seeing my inner child for the first time. It's pretty wild.
And what have you discovered about her?
Oh man, well, right now she's a little tender. She's like, you know, she needs to be held. She needs to be like, you know, loved and supported and like, you know, just hold her hand right now. She just needs that sort of thing. And I think it's really nice to recognize that and listen to that stuff. Because us as like adults, you know, we want to like suppress all that sort of feeling.
You know, I always tell people I'm like a 15-year-old with money.
I'm a 7-year-old with money. I'm like, can we go to Disney? Can I buy that? Can I do this?
Yeah. It's because I think that's why we do what we do and we love what we do. And hopefully 100%. We're good at what we do is because we have the freedom of play. That's what acting is. Acting is play. It's trying and see what happens. Comedy is play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dance, writing, whatever. Everything is, we try.
Yeah.
And if people resonate with it, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that's why, I know you're a youthful, playful spirit. And that's why
you are too.
Very much so. I know. People say immature, but I say fun.
Fun.
Right?
Yeah. Free, baby.
Free. How big are you on the freedom train?
So big.
I know that about you, even though I don't know you.
Yeah.
See, we don't know each other, but we do.
Well, we do.
Our spirits do. I know that sounds very crunchy for everyone watching, but we do. We have a vibe.
If we were the same age when we were like in our 20s here, we would have been rolling deep. We would have been like,
oh yeah,
let's go. They'd be like, fucking Jamie and Scout are here. Jamie and Scout, something's gonna happen.
Let's go. We're going to the Joshua Tree. What's up? Pack up the Bronco.
Yes,
Let's go. Put the cooler in.
Oh my god, I still do that. I'm wanting to plan my Joshua Tree shroom trip in a couple of weeks.
You are.
Yeah.
Now, I met your husband.
Yes.
And your first time being married.
Yes, my first time.
Well, some people get married young.
No, I know. And marriage is hard, man. It's really hard. Marriage is hard.
Oh, God. What do you mean?
No. I'm so
wonderful, beautiful man.
Tom is so very patient with me, which is so wonderful.
He's a stunt guy at heart and an actor.
He's a stunt man.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like this big, strong
anchor.
Yeah, he's a beautiful soul. Like he's a gentle giant.
Yeah,
but he can also like break you in two. You know what I'm saying? And a good cook.
And a good.
We had a good meal.
Way better cook than I am.
I would cook with him.
What did you cook again? What did we cook with you?
He cooked.
We both cooked.
Yeah, we
Jamie,
both cooked.
First of all.
We cooked.
I cooked and he cooked.
Oh, it was
And then you chose his cooking over mine.
His was really good. It was like a truffle.
Was it steak?
No.
Didn't you want like steak? No, you didn't want steak and potatoes. Was that Barbara Crampton?
No, I love steak and potatoes.
Okay, what was it? You picked it. You picked the dish. You were like, I want to cook this.
Poblano pepper. It was some type of Mexican. It was incredible.
Okay.
It was bomb. But he cooked it.
Thank you for being so game.
I was into it.
I hit up Jamie and I was like, hey, Jamie, I'm doing a cooking show that's a competitive cooking show with my husband where we compete against each other and we're going to have guests on.
Yes.
And I don't think you realized that you were going to help us cook.
I had no idea. It's like a show about your relation. It's kind of like a cute competitive game with newlyweds, which is called, and you guys cook and play different challenges. Yeah. And the crazy thing, it was like on Jennifer Lawrence's ranch.
Yeah. In Kentucky.
We shot on her ranch. Like she rents her ranch out.
Yeah.
It was bizarre. Yeah. A beautiful ranch.
Beautiful ranch, right?
I was like,
beautiful ranch. I have filmed a couple of projects there at that ranch. They love us at that ranch.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
That part of the world, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
I need to come here more.
Oh, you do. Tax incentives in Kentucky are great.
Yes. So wait, let's go back to your journey here.
Okay, my journey. My journey is shifting,
I
man.
love the
That's
fact that you
probably
jumped
why.
right in.
That's probably why.
What?
My journey with, like, you know, being an actor majority of my life, you know, I was tired of sitting around and doing the same job, doing the same stuff. So I was like, how can I'm either going to quit the 50th time of my career, or I'm going to shift my energy and realize that the entertainment business is what I want to do. I want to be in this. Okay, I'm not being fulfilled as an actor. What can I do? So, you know, I've been on sets so many times that are like very dysfunctional, and I tend to worry about my acting last, because I'm always there first, and then they're like, you know, here's the call sheet, and then I'm like reorganizing the call sheet because the makeup's complaining. I'm like, hey guys, if we can do this and do this, like, let's like sort of, maybe that'll help us out here. And then, you know, on set, continuity, I'm like, hey, okay, just, you know, and then like the eye lines, I'm like, hey, just so you know. Like some of these sets, you know, I'm not like over there going, hey, but I just like speak up when necessary. And so I was like, well, why don't I direct? Like, why don't I try this?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just kind of started saying it out loud. And in my career, I'm sure with you as well, I tend to work with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have a good energy and you have a good work rapport, they tend to hire you.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned it to a producer that I'd worked on like 6 movies, and he's like, you want to direct? Like, yeah, man. I was like, I really want to. I want to run, you know, be the captain of a ship. And within a month, he was like, hey, I got a movie for you. And I was like, all right. And I was expecting like a horror movie. And it's this cop drama, like action movie in Los Angeles. And Mickey Rourke is...
No.
Yeah. And I was just like, what?
No.
And I remember like I had to take like a couple of days because I was like, holy fuck, this is like...
Mickey?
Yeah. I was like, this is intense. Like, this is a cock movie. This is a dude movie.
And you never... Cock movie or cop movie?
Cock.
Oh, cock, yeah. Cock cop.
Yeah, you know.
That's a good movie. Cock
Yeah.
cop. So...
Cock cop movie.
Wait a minute. This is blonde privilege. I'm sorry. I think maybe I kind of want to direct. I got to film. This is Mickey Rourke and Sean Penn. Like, what? Low key. I mean, you've earned it.
No,
You've been in it for 30 years.
It's not blonde. It's called boob privilege. It's called titty privilege.
I can't say it, but...
I mean, thank God I had fucking... I was a woman on that shoot. Thank God.
Well, wait, hold on. I have so many questions.
Okay.
Because in a way, if people go through... I always say the toughest thing in our business is being a young ingenue, but also a child actor. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to stay focused. 3 child actor, a young ingenue, and soap actors. I know you're going to go, why soap actors? Because they're the hardest. They have the most lines. So it's a great training. But, you know, if you can go through the gauntlet as a child and a woman who becomes an ingenue, it's incredible. And that's what you did. So as a child, you're a sponge and you pick up everything. So all the stuff that you're seeing on set, you already knew this shit by 8. Yeah. You're like, fucking, you're missing your mark, dude. It's a medium close. Asshole, it's a split dioptic. Get to the... And these 30-year-old guys are like, and you're like, where's the craft service? Not even Trader Joe's? Where's the fucking almonds from Trader Joe's, asshole? Like, so you already could have directed at 8 or 9.
Yes.
Because, boom, boom. Were you on TV shows too?
Here and there.
But you were more of a movie person.
I was more of movies.
Yeah, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And each one's a little adventure.
Yeah.
And summer camp.
Yeah.
So... But this is crazy that you never directed a play, never directed anything, and they go blop.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
It's been like that. This is 2 years ago. It's not stopped. It's wild.
You have fans.
No, I think a lot of people saw it. And they're just, and I'm a late bloomer. I'm a little behind.
But you're early bloomer.
But I think I could have been doing this like in my 20s.
Yeah, but
I really do.
You still have the package.
Yeah.
So you can still act. You can.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna go away. But they say some people transition when they change. They don't care about their looks as much, whatever. But you still can be a movie star.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're directing,
Jamie, I was like, if I could direct, maybe it'll help my acting. Maybe somebody will fucking hire me.
100%.
But now people are just calling me to direct. Now I have to ask when people offer me stuff. I'm like, is this for acting or directing?
well, I mean, Olivia Wilde,
Yeah.
and she could also still star. I think she does both, but she's directing.
Which I just did.
Hell, Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, I did Last Chance Motel with Danielle Harris and myself, and Danielle and I started the podcast.
I know.
And I was like, hey, I was like, bitch, there's something here. Like, are you seeing these cons? Are you seeing, like, people are now coming up to us and not talking to us about Michael Myers? They're talking to us about our podcast. Yeah. And, like, people love us together. Yeah. So I told her, I said, I think we need to make movies together. Mm-hmm. And she was like, okay. And I was like, no. We need to make movies. So then I came up with this idea, Last Chance Motel. I said, do you like this idea? She's like, yeah, sure. I was like, okay, I'm going to get a writer to write this, and then we are going to make this movie. And we did. We made it last year. We co-directed and starred in the thing. I will never direct and star in something ever again.
Really?
Ever again. Like, I really think I care too much to, like, be half-assed in one department and half-assed in the other department. Mm-hmm. Since I've directed a few things as well, not being an actor, it's just like I really want to give my 100%. And it's really hard to do that when you're also the lead in the thing. Like, I just didn't fulfill me as much.
Really?
As,
okay.
just staying in one lane. Mm-hmm. I'm either an actor and I don't have to worry about the directing stuff, because I've never been so exhausted in my life than when I am directing. It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. It really is.
I've done everything but that, but I feel like I have done it because I've worked with a lot of, they don't know what they're doing. Yeah. There's only a few good directors. I mean, there's probably how many directors in town that are good?
I can't wait to work with you as a director. I think it would be really great.
You directing me?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think that'd be fun.
Ooh, I would love that.
I've also started writing some screenplays that I'm trying to get. I'm at the position where I'm like wanting to get my own movies made. I like being hired to do projects, but
I'm gonna go back to this. But do we agree that there's only like 10 good directors in town?
Yeah, 100%.
You know that. 100%. And the most creative. I always tell people this. My last I've had good jobs, but my last
Who's your favorite that you've worked with?
Oh, that's so hard. I can't say that.
Okay.
I mean, my first movie was Baz Luhrmann.
Oh my God.
I know. And Leo was right about becoming Elvis. He was pre-Elvis. Yeah. But we would walk down the streets of Mexico City and like a couple women would like faint, and he wasn't there yet. And then he went from Mars right to Titanic. And then by the time he came to premiere, it was a wrap. But then the next one was.
Was he scary?
Who?
Him. Was he scary?
Leo?
Yeah.
No, he's chill.
Okay.
He's chill.
Okay, cool.
He's chill, and whatever you want, he'll do to get the scene.
Cool.
And that's how I was raised. Mm-hmm. Like at the end of the day, we're making a movie. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if it's nothing, but it's like, so what happens on set is a creative place. I've seen tons of fights, tons of arguments. Yeah. People hooked up. I've seen drugs. Yeah. It's now this is like a new thing for people. Yeah. Intimacy coordinator. What was that?
Dude, I literally, that's what I was doing right before this.
Tell me, but then I got to go back. Okay, you have so many things. Tell me that, and I'm going to go back to that. Our inner children are talking.
You think I need coffee?
No, go ahead. Go back to intimacy coordinator.
No, I'm doing my first, like, as a director, this TV show that I'm about to pop into in the next couple of weeks. I'm having to like do an intimacy coordinator. Like I'm having to describe what I want the actors to do, where their hands want to go, where where they will be touching. And I'm like, they're just going to make out. I don't understand. Why do I have to go into like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? This is what I need.
As a dude.
It's pretty hard.
As a dude, you see my face. Now as a chick, is your face relating to my face?
I mean, yeah, like, yes.
Because you're cool. The first, and when I say cool, two things. Mm-hmm. My first scene ever, I got to do a drama, and it was with a woman who eventually became a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills.
Okay.
And her husband was a producer, and it was like a shower scene, so we had to show ourselves, but like you would see, you couldn't be clothed.
Yeah.
So I wore the sock.
Oh, yeah.
And she wore the patch.
Yeah.
That was a wild thing. I never saw that before.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a patch that goes over it. And I was like, oh my God, she doesn't have an opening. This is bizarre. Like, I thought she was a Barbie. And then she was like, no, I've got a little patch. I got a little patch there. So then during the thing, I was just like, hold her, and we would just kiss. That was it.
Yeah.
And then the sock, like, it didn't really work.
I know, it doesn't work.
No, thank you.
Work.
And then she goes, it's fine, darling. You're fine.
I think what's good.
And we worked it out, and it was the best. And it was done. It was it was a night shoot. It was done in 6 hours.
Yeah.
And it was my first one.
You know, but I understand
Obviously.
I do understand. You know what I think it is? I don't think we need people choreographing what. Oh, phone's on silent, please.
Call me, please.
Phone's on silent, please. No, I don't think we need someone coordinating it. I think someone being there is okay. If someone can go, okay. Let me describe something to you. There was a film that I did where I was very young and I felt like I was being pressured to do something, and it was only men around. And I was in an area a time zone where I couldn't get a hold of my agent or my mom.
Oh, God.
Or anybody because it was too early over there. So then I felt pressured to take more clothing off. Like, you know, but if there was an intimacy coordinator there, I could have felt comfortable going to her and going, hey,
do you want
this voiceless person,
yes.
can you know, like stuff like that.
Do you want to say what it was or no?
I can't. No.
Were you of age?
I was.
Okay, good.
I was advised on my podcast because I shared this to not say.
Okay.
Which is so
First of all, you're of age, which doesn't make it any less traumatic.
Yeah.
But B, Barbara, who was on here, had some stories.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know, she looks at it now, but she's like, that was the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, which isn't no great. She's so chill, and you're chill too, but doesn't make it right. See, that I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being this young, beautiful ingenue and a bunch of fucking, that's creepy.
Yeah.
You felt like they were creepy.
And you're in a position.
Were they creepy? Was it a studio movie or indie?
It was a studio movie.
Oh, God.
And you're in a position where,
scary.
They're going to replace you.
Yes.
You know?
So, and male producers like, come on.
Yeah. And we've been in that. Like, you know, with Harvey Weinstein was like one of them, and he worked on Halloween, and they didn't want to hire me because I was 17 years old, and Rob had to fight for me. And I remember Harvey came to set during the reshoots, and he came into the trailer. You know, he asked to come into my trailer.
No.
And I remember, like, nothing. It was fine. It was just a conversation. But I also, I don't know at that age. Like, I don't know, you know. And so when I walked out, Rob came up to me and said, do not ever let that man, go into your trailer ever again. And I didn't know why. I didn't know whatever. But, you know, Rob and I had a really amazing relationship. So, but, you just don't know. You're so gullible. You're just like, okay, this guy plus the studio and
not just the studio, the most tastemaker in town, where the A+, go. Not just people that are movie stars box office, but it's like, oh, I'm persnickety taste.
Yeah.
They all sucked his ass.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stories, obviously, who slept, who didn't sleep, who got the role, who didn't get the role. Mm-hmm. But you're such a target because you're so trusting. And you're so sweet, and you're this ball of energy. Like, hey, Harvey, come on in. You want the Twizzler? And he's like, hey, what are you doing? You want this roll? Yeah, come on over here. I gotta go to the bathroom. Keep the door open. All right, so we'll talk with the door open. Okay, that's like multitasking. Okay, and he's like, yeah, let me see that Twizzler. I mean, fuck, I can see you doing that.
I know, 100%.
And he's like, you're 17. I was a little old. All right. I mean, come on. This is
dude. Come on, completely. I mean, I told you about that other movie that was right before this.
No, that's horrible.
Yeah. So
that's
I was at that
horrible.
age. And it was also one of my those sets were one of my first two. They were my first two sets without my parents. You know, where you're making choices on your own, and you're like, okay, cool. I'm like, this is me becoming an adult.
No.
I'm not going to college. I'm going to continue my movie career that I started at 7 years old. You know, and what have I been taught as a kid? Listen, hit your mark, cry on cue. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you need to do. Hit your mark, look at that camera, cry. That's it. Next. So, of course, like, you know.
That's what they told you to do?
Yeah. Wow. When you're kids, you're discovering who you are. You're playing. You're playing around with other children, and you're discovering who you want to be. We were not given that opportunity. We were like, here, you're going to go in adult industry. Here you go, kid, and learn these things. And this is how it operates. Operate and then repeat, you know?
100%. I know a girl who, she was very successful. And I used to work with her, and she, I don't want to say this. I can say it. It's funny but fucking deep. She would eat gummies after a really good take.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then I would be there, and I'm like having a gummy. I'm like, gummies? I'm having a gummy. And I'm like, there's something to this gummy. And she's like, oh yeah, because as a young girl acting, it was a little treat. And so they'd give me a gummy. I'm like, good scene.
Oh my God.
And so she would eat gummies like into her 30s, like, gummy.
Oh my God.
So like I would play with her. I'm like, good scene,
You
gummy.
want a gummy? You fucking asshole.
No, but she was, I do like gummies, and she liked gummies, but I was like, listen, it's fucking.
Why do you think I'm going through ACA,
I know,
Jamie?
but it's like, it's innocent. It's a gummy.
It wasn't gummies, but it was something else for me. You know, where I'm like, yeah, you know.
That's what I'm saying. This gummy was innocent, but what it possibly represents is not. Oh God, did you just say that? I think you just said. Were you really saying that?
No.
Okay. No. Oh God.
No. But it's crazy.
No, I know.
Wild.
There's a reward system. There's Pavlovian.
Yeah.
There's.
And we're still in it. We're still in it. We really are. Thank goodness. Like, I mean, the only normal thing, well, I don't fucking know if it's normal. The only thing that I did have, I don't know. My whole fucking childhood was wild. My dad was a mortician in a corner. So I also, like, grew up in a mortuary. So it's like, okay, be on set, be with these adults, and then when you go home, nobody wants to hang out with you because you live with dead people. So I was like, well, fuck. I'm fucked.
Do you have any friends?
Yeah, on sets. I had tons of friends, all adults. And then I had ghosts and dead people.
My best friend grew up as a mortician, so I'm familiar with this. But like the embalming and all that, the bodies would be around, but they would keep them in a separate part of his. Did you live in the house?
Oh, I lived. Oh yeah, there was no separation, baby. There was no
Wow.
separation. Plus, my dad he was also a coroner, so
that's a double duty.
that's double.
He didn't take you on any runs.
Oh yeah.
Not as a young girl.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
No wonder I'm in horror movies.
But you have such a light around you.
Well, I fucking had to. Could you imagine?
I don't feel like it's manufactured.
No, honestly, growing up in a mortuary, like all my first being in the mortuary, it's more funny than anything. When I like, you know, say the first dick I ever saw was not a dead dude, like that's fucking funny. Like,
literally,
funny.
He's a dead dick.
It's a dead dick.
Wow.
It's a dead dick. And then my dad decided to give me the birds and the bees talk.
In front of a dead dick?
Dead dick. Like, that's funny. I'm working on a TV show, so yeah. Like, it's funny stuff.
I mean, I think that's funny.
Yeah, I think that's funny too. All these people are like, what the fuck?
First, that's a weird introduction.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of those stories are kind of what I have.
God.
Oh my God, my other funny story. So there was a guy there that my dad hired that was a young kid who had a massive crush on, that he would like sweep the mortuary floors. You know, he's trying to figure out who he wants to be. My dad was giving him a shot. Well, anyways, they were moving a body, and they asked this young kid, hey, can you help move this body? And he was, I don't know, like 16 or 17 years old. I'd been around it. I'd seen all this stuff. But he was helping, and he was lifting by the legs, and my dad was up by the front, and he were getting him up onto the table, and the body released itself.
Meaning?
Poopy.
Okay.
And he dropped the body so fast. He was so scared. He was so scared because he thought the guy was like alive, you know?
Yeah.
And I had to like go run up and like, I was like, what are you doing? There's like a turd rolling on the floor.
How did that impact your future romance with this young man?
Oh, we definitely made out. We definitely made one of my first kisses with this kid in the cemetery.
Appropriate.
Yeah, appropriate.
This
is all in the TV show.
Thank God it wasn't a body. At least your first kiss was with. Wow. Just that alone is enough.
Yeah.
But the fact that you were acting in movies,
I know.
big movies.
Yeah.
Did you live in Long Beach?
No, God, I guess I was born there. It's so weird. I don't know. We didn't live in Long Beach.
Where did you live?
We lived partially in Apple Valley.
Where's that?
It's by Hesperia, Barstow.
Why?
It's on your it's on your way to
I
Vegas.
kind of like it out there now.
Yeah.
Compared to all the bullshit.
Yeah. It's definitely very peaceful. It's very, very much like Joshua Tree vibes.
I would say some of the most successful people in our business, it's usually a mom and a daughter or a son sometimes, but it's more, and it's them. You know, I'll say names. I'll see if we keep it. Like in Toluca Lake, it was J Love and her mom.
Yeah.
Inez Dunst and Kristen Dunst. The Duff sisters and her mom. Like there was a whole group in Toluca Lake that started.
They still are.
Yeah. And they started at Disney.
Yeah.
And then they worked their way up through the system, and then it's like free form. And then it's like adult acting. And it's like, but it's usually the mom and them against the world.
Yeah. 100%.
And like they walk into a mall and some guy, you know, just like, hey, you got a beautiful kid. And then they start with the local like modeling contest.
Yeah.
You know, and the mother, and I've never seen the bond like I have with the mothers. And it's when you have a beautiful one that protects you through it. And
that's when it really, really works. I mean, I really like the relationships that I see with like the dads. There are some fucking cool dad cheerleaders out there. Like my dad was like my favorite one to have on set because I like really could like be a kid on set.
Yeah, and they keep it safe.
Yeah.
And
but light and fun.
Yeah. Wait, we've touched on so many things. I have to start answering questions.
Okay.
Because sometimes I interrupt, and I don't want to interrupt your flow. Wait, so. I mean, let's go back first to the sets. So how is it the creep factor with you? Because you can handle yourself. So you did that movie and you felt the pressure. Now that's a real example. I bet they went farther with you than they do most people.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Like crime or pressure? Or pressuring that comes into a crime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, it's hard to say, but...
And I don't mean to make that minimal for people watching, but I mean like, yeah, just pressuring someone is like borderline crime.
Yeah, I mean, it was...
But you weren't assaulted.
No, I mean, well, it was...
kind of emotionally.
I mean, I don't know. Physically as well, I guess. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because the scene was physical. It was physical with a well-known actor.
Did he make you feel comfortable?
He made me feel as comfortable for the shot. You know? But looking back at it now, like if you and I were doing a scene and you approached me how this person did, I would tell you to fuck off. Like I didn't have that back then.
Listen, and people know I push back on like this intimacy coordinator and stuff, but there's an example where I'm completely advocate. You have to have that.
Yeah.
You have to have. I've been fortunate in a way. I don't know. I've always been on cool sets, and by the time I got to weird sets, they weren't weird because I knew too much. So like I always, when you start with Baz, and Wes and Tony Scott and David O. Russell and Frank Oz. I mean, I've had all these different directors. And then when I would do some TV shows, there was a lot of women directors.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were always like very, let's go. You want to do this? You want to do this? So I honest to tell you right now, I've always been on very loving sets.
I mean, that's very rare to
very loving.
Have some of. I mean, that's fucking.
And people
awesome.
are like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Like, and all the women, like them, a lot of these women and who are actresses, and they were always so game, and everybody was so cool. I wasn't doing any scenes like that, but like there was a lot of stunts and falling.
Are you kidding me?
Guns.
The comedies back in the day were fucking extreme.
Yeah,
extreme.
And like, a lot of violence and scream, and everyone's like, "Are you all right? You want to do this?" Like, so it's just crazy that I hear these stories because I am kind of in a bubble. I've been in a fortunate bubble.
What do you think about this? There was a time.
Tell your truth.
That I was auditioning for something. I even did this in the fucking Runaways audition.
I love that movie. You were so good in
Thank
that movie.
you.
I watched that movie a lot.
But I had to go in and fight for that. And I fucking wrote a letter and like how I wanted to be a part of that. And I came in.
Was that a woman director?
It was a woman director.
Yeah.
She wasn't there during the audition process.
Okay.
And but this other audition that I was doing required nudity, And this casting director I'd worked with so many times, woman, so many times. And she calls me up before the audition and she goes, "Babe, I really want you to get this. They really like you. I really want you to get this. The only thing is you haven't done nudity before, so they don't know what your boobs look like." Jamie. Yeah.
And the audition's going to take place.
It was over Zoom. Or not Zoom. It was over
the peninsula.
Dude. But you as a man, don't ever get asked to be like, "Can we see your dick? We need to see your dick and make sure that your dick looks good before we cast you."
Well, you know me. I'm like, okay, what time? Let me just go to this mortician to help me fluff it up. Can I get a little angel lust on there? So I don't shit myself.
But I remember that.
Wait a minute. First of all, the fact that it's on Zoom's annoying. If you're going to show them, unleash those things in person. These are jokes. Hold on a second.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wait.
I just remembered that.
This is so deep. It's a woman, probably a baller. So wait, we haven't seen... Okay, hold on a second. Can I tell you something? I did a movie.
Your circuit is like.
Well, because you have so many things we haven't finished yet. When's the interview going to start? I know a girl. We did a movie together, and she didn't want to show her boobs, so they got a stand-in, and that's what they did. And so everything she did, except that one scene, it was someone else, and everyone was fine with it.
Yeah.
And
they don't give you that anymore.
No, they do now. They're gonna have to do it now. But wait a minute.
It's gonna be AI titties.
Was this real? Was this recent? I mean, recent?
No.
Okay. So what did you do?
I showed my boobs.
So you went. That's fucking medium key assault.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
Maybe high key assault.
And guess what? I didn't get the job.
No. And they videoed it.
I knew you would love this.
And they videoed it.
I hope not. Was
there a camera there?
No, there was no camera. It was just a meeting.
How many people in the room?
I don't remember. It's so
How
long
many
ago.
people in the room?
Like two or three.
All dudes?
Producers, yeah.
Any women?
The casting director, the woman. Yeah, the woman.
Are you fucking kidding me? Can I tell you? To everyone listening, this is shit I do not see. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
I have been so fortunate.
Yeah.
And I know older actresses.
But you're also a man.
I know. You're right. This is a good thing for me to be, like, you're checking me on my bullshit because I was like, I push back a lot. But you're right. These are the stories I love to hear because people like you are so chill that people like you should say more, but you don't. And
I do. I talk about this stuff on my podcast. Wow. Because I'm like,
because you're successful.
We gotta be.
It's happened to you. You've gone through it. Wait, so they look at that's crazy.
Crazy. You
were of age.
I was of age. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you go
but looking
in.
back at that, man, like I was always in those.
Okay, let me tell you something.
It's always in those situations with
I'm
men
sure.
in this industry, you know. And as a young girl trying to make it, it's like, you know, they'll just replace you, or they'll pressure. Pressure is huge, and I you know, it's going into the development stage. Like I keep on going to the 7-year-old, like that development and learning. You say yes, you hit your mark, you read your lines, you do what they say.
Gummy.
That's gummy. That's a hard thing to get out of the brain.
100%.
Especially in your 20s where you're trying to figure out your fucking life and who you are and what you want to be and blah.
Pavlovian. It is. That's why if you want something to be done, good habits are writing it at night, saying it at night, going to sleep. The next day, I'm going to do 50 sit-ups tomorrow. I will do it. So you're on a set. All the crazy things that happen on set, one of the good things is you learn discipline.
Yes, 100%.
Hopefully it's good discipline, but some of this is bad discipline. There's a discipline of fear. There's a discipline of, like you say, the pressure of being replaced. That's got to be said so much more. Like, I know the shit, the dances I would do to not be replaced, but I never had to show my breastises. You know what I'm saying? So as a woman, they don't know how special you are. They're looking at you as a meat suit.
Well, as a woman, it's like, you know, in the industry, we're an object. There's very much an object, and women, you know, it's hard because I've had I always say I'm such a tomboy. I don't get along with women. I get along more with men. Like, no fucking wonder I get along with fucking men. Okay? I've been in this industry since a fucking kid, surrounded by men, being told what to do. Blah, blah, blah. No fucking wonder. Yeah, I've been taught and structured to be comfortable with men, and women are don't stay because we should protect each other. Women should protect other women,
and women were your competition.
100%. 100%. And I am rewiring that. I'm now, like, the writing that I'm doing right now and that I'm really loving is women comedy. That's what I'm writing right now. I've written 3 scripts in women comedy.
Really?
Like The Hangover and, like, all these fucking men comedies, but, like, fucking centered around women. Like, I love Bridesmaids. I love, like, you know, Bad Moms. Like, like I think it's so powerful.
So fun. Wild women stories.
Yeah. Yes. But not too far.
Do you know that when women talk like raunchy, that, you know, men don't really talk like that?
Yeah, you guys don't.
We don't. I want people to know that.
Yeah, you guys
like,
don't.
I do see these women, like, on certain stand-up clips, and they're talking pretty aggressive, and I'm like, guys don't really do that. At least the guys that you would like.
Yeah.
We're chill.
Yeah, men are chill.
We use euphemisms.
No, this is the thing. It's like men can do the raunchy shit and it's funny. But if you put women and go and do that raunchy shit, it's like she's a slut, she's a whore, she's this. But I always say, I was like, women are worse than men. Like, you let fucking women take over a city. That's why Nashville is fucking in the dumps right now, because you let women take over that city. It's worse than Vegas.
What are they going to be doing if they take over the city?
I mean, we're
drinking,
crying, barfing,
popping pills,
trying to put the heels on, and I want the guy, and it's chaos.
Running amok.
Yeah.
So who's running Nashville right now?
Women.
Who is it? A mayor?
Bachelorettes. Bachelorettes, baby. Dude, I used to love Nashville, but going to Nashville now, I'm like, you can't even move because it's like
too many fucking bachelorettes.
Too many bachelorettes.
Getting drunk with penis straws.
Yes.
Cities run amok with penis straws.
Yes.
I'm just gonna sip this. Wait a minute. Can we finish a topic?
Sure. Which one?
Jesus.
You went back to.
Well, I still gotta ask you questions about your directing, but then we got on your.
Oh yeah.
Stiffs, and then your.
I'll have to come back.
Hold on. I know. So you have so much to say. The business to me is not even exciting right now.
I know.
Like, let me tell you this about what I want to say, and then you tell me if you feel this way. I am so into this.
Okay.
like when I used to audition for a lot of stuff, I would audition for stuff and I would fight for it. And you would see it.
Yeah.
Even stuff that wasn't huge, eventually you would see. Like I'm in the sequels to Tremors 5 and Tremors 6. Now, people didn't even know there was a Tremors 4. But it was distributed by Universal. It was on Netflix and everywhere. And that was the change of the business around that time where things would just start going more to streaming around 2016. But it paid great. It's part of a legacy. Even though it didn't get a theatrical, I do have people that come up and love that part of my career. You know, like I have different fans for different things I've done, different genres. But there's so much content right now. I'm like, do I want to go on a set and make hopefully a good back end for it to work and work with a bunch of neophytes and a bunch of people that are excited to just be on a set? And I'm like, I've done this for 30 years. And unless it's going to break through, like there's two things that broke through, in my opinion. White Lotus, The Last of Us. Right? Like what in the zeitgeist? I'm not saying, well, no, there's like Anora broke through, but I couldn't name 5.
Yeah, but Anora also got like a $14 million like press.
It did. You're a little angry about that.
No, it was just so wild. I was like,
they pushed.
But they also like apparently did not treat their crew right at all during that shoot.
Really?
Like it was very hard. I'm very much back on my crew.
Okay.
I
You're not scared to go
crew.
right at Anora. Best picture winner.
I protect crew, man. Like they get paid so little.
Yeah.
They don't get treated fucking well.
Yeah.
Like, we have to take care of our crew. If it wasn't for crew, we wouldn't have a fucking movie.
I know. I agree with you.
We wouldn't have a movie.
I agree with you.
You know?
Well, I agree with you. What I'm saying on that point is there's not many things that are popping through.
Yeah.
And so, and what is it anymore? Like, it used to be special. Like, you had to have something. Even your littlest movies that you were in, they've come out. You know what I mean? Even you can go, oh, I remember that movie. And you know what I mean? Like, I auditioned for, like, Biodome, Dude, Where's My Car, Meet the Deedles, like, some of these things 2 in a week. And they were making $8 million movies, and you'd get a little push. And now there's a whole study about like half of the new generation under 26 identifies more with social media than it does traditional and all that. So at this point, we're doing it to have a legacy. Because other than that, it's just different. I mean, where's pilot season? Where's, you know,
it's gone.
Yeah, where's an audition in terms of like, where's a meeting? Like, so the movies I have been doing, I have 3 movies in the can. One's a wild comedy, super creative, that, you know, we're going to have premiere in a week at a big festival in Toronto, which is a Just for Laughs kind of festival.
Okay.
Then we're going to see if we can get a buyer. And then I have another one that was a thriller.
Okay.
That I shot in New Orleans that it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully it'll... Grindstone, you know, that group. And then the third one has the ability, because it has enough canceled people in it, and it's a real... And I mean that...
Oh, it'll be bought.
Well,
it'll be bought in 2.0 seconds.
It's an amazing director, an amazing real... It's basically about an affair. And it's very well contained in the way it was shot. And it has everyone involved naturally. Like the producer is like Muslim, but just he just the woman is like, who's the lead, is a mix of everything in a Broadway star. The lead guy is brilliant. Was canceled. Everyone, I'm considered a little far right. Whatever. All different types. The director's amazing, but was in director jail. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it has the ability to be this like. But you know, we made it for 800,000. Yeah. And hopefully it'll go in the awards circuit. Other than that.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. It's very depressing what the industry
Especially since you've already done it. And I tell people now, it's like, I've done it. Like, I like to be a part of it, and it's cool, but like, like I was going to say earlier, one of the last great jobs I had was I went out on 2 things in one day. And it was 2017. I've had jobs since then, but this was like the last cool one. And I went in all morning. Mm-hmm. I had a session for an hour with James Gray.
Cool.
And it was for a movie with Brad Pitt called Ad Astra.
Nice.
And all he did was sit there, and the casting director was an absolute sweetheart. She's always taken care of me in my whole career. And she says, James is just going to hang with you and talk. And he would say, all right, do it again. Try this. What about this? And he would ask me some personal questions about my life. And then we'd go back to the scene. It was a true 90s work session.
Damn.
And his wife was there, and she would laugh, or she would say, try this.
Man, I never got to experience that sort of room.
Let me explain this.
Fucking love it.
I'm going to tell you more about it. We went back and forth. The greatest session. It was literally a 90s session. That's all you did in the 90s.
Yeah.
Is you just like you would sit there right now. All right, try it like this.
Yeah.
Try that again. Yeah. Tony Scott would hand you the script and go, all right, fucking little fucking, you try that. Now fucking, do it fucking again. Now you're fucking crazy. Light a cigar. All right, try that. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Right? If you talk to other stars from the 80s who I love, there was a little bump of Coke. And you do a little Coke. And then these are how some of the greatest movies in the 80s were made. Yeah. Okay? That's okay. Long story boring is, then I go for a TNT show. Like 9th season to play this awesome director, which this was a fight, which was right for me. And the other one, I was perfect because it was like a crazy director, coked out, who like discovered a murder, and he was a suspect for some crime drama. Mm-hmm. 9 people in that audition. Killed it. Jamie's not right. We love him. He's not right. I get the Brad Pitt movie.
Okay.
Amazing experience. I get cut out. The only thing I've ever been cut out of, I know. I play a guy who's. I'm telling you, this is my theory. I'm going to tell people this right now.
What?
I've never said this. I play a guy that, I haven't even seen the movie because it's too hurtful, that warns Brad Pitt when he goes to Mars the dangers of AI. And I believe the studio cut me out. Yeah. Because I'm actually would be warning people in real life. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Does that sound crazy?
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound crazy.
And so Brad, I had all my scenes were Brad, and I was just like, listen, man, we talked to you about these. No!
You'll never get to see it.
Somewhere in the fucking vault. James is the man, so maybe he'll give it to me. Or if I go down the street to Brad's house, he doesn't live far.
Oh, he lives here?
He lives,
wow.
No, he lives, I don't want to say the neighborhood, but by the park.
256.
But I just want to be like, dude, give me my scenes.
Yeah.
But anyway, that story is just not humble brag. It's to say that's how it was.
Yeah.
And that was, for me, that was the 20. I've been auditioning, let's just say that's the end of 25 years right there in 2019. Since that time, and then COVID hit. Mm-hmm.
Well, movies used to be everything.
Yeah.
They used to be everything.
Yeah.
It used to be people's escape. That was what the escape was. Mm-hmm. That and TV. Mm-hmm. Now we have so much escape. We have too much escape.
But it was special. As much as I don't like the gatekeepers, I love them because you had to get the pass. And the reason why you took your tatas out, God bless you, is because you wanted to impress a gatekeeper. Now, it wasn't right, and partly that gatekeeper is terribly wrong, but also she was also scared of losing her job.
100%.
It's a system of oppression and people fucking with people's, and it really did start with like Harvey, and it's like the fear of that. So you have to get rid of him because the fear went down. Yeah. And like female doing it to female, you know what I mean? And so the system, like it used to be escape, but I saw this thing with the Oscars this year, and I don't know, maybe I'm a bitch, fucking old man, but there's just too many people on that carpet that had nothing to do with the Oscars, and I'm like, this is a celebration of the great movies that they've made, and the Oscars are even what I call cucking down to views. So they're like, well, we've had this person, they'll take some pictures and they'll promote it on their Instagram.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be the last bastion of greatness.
But all these great things are dying because it's shifting and changing.
Yes,
and now influencers.
but now they're like, oh my god, they're like,
save us.
Yes, it used to be like this was a real organic cut piece of meat, and now there's all these fillers and
we're a fucking Subway sandwich.
Yeah, all these Subway sandwiches are getting all this love, which God bless them. But the good farms are going, please come to our farm because we want to just stay in your fucking lane. Be great. And if fucking 10 people watch the ceremony, it's 10 really good people and cinephiles.
But all these big people.
Same with the Grammys.
All these big people, though, Jamie, I think right now are freaking the fuck out. I think they're...
Which big people? Studios, the
producers, all the people with the fucking money. They're like... This is going to be dead.
It is.
We don't know what to do.
No, it is.
What do you know what to do? Do you know what to do? It's like the fucking birds in Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
They're all just trying to figure out what do we do?
Yeah.
What do we do to save this? Let's try streamers. Oh, we fucked that up. Oh, fuck. Let's like try to backpedal. Like they're just trying to figure it out right now. Dude, all of the nothing's working. Nothing's working anymore.
Look, Minecraft was humongous.
It was, but was that a good quality film?
I didn't see it, but it's huge. And Nora was Best Picture, which is great for indie movies.
Yes, 100%.
I didn't see Conclave.
That's why they put so much money in the press, because indie filmmaking is dying.
But that's where it should be.
Yes, I know.
You should be able to make a movie, get an actual chance to be in a festival. Here's what I want to make movies. I want to make, like, I love the Terrifier model.
Yeah.
That's Damien, he and his partner have done it correctly. You make a movie and then you put it out one theater at a time, and it naturally grew. They built something out of nothing. That is insanely hard to do. And now they have an icon. And so that's, if you go down to AMC Burbank and you pay $25,000 and you do a test, that's how you get your movies. No one wants to do that. I always tell people that's how we're going to do it. But people don't give a fuck. They want to just make a bunch of shit and then fucking put it through Tubi and all this stuff. And I love Tubi. But no, I want a chance for a theatrical with real money.
Yeah, 100%.
So going back to what you're doing when you got offered these movies, were the budgets $250, $500, $1 million? I mean, Mickey, it's got to be pretty, at least $1 million.
No.
A half?
I mean, okay, below the line? Below or above, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was this first one. I mean, I've only been able to do like things that are $1 million right now.
That's great.
Yeah. Yes.
And did it come out or
what
it
my
goes?
budget is to film?
Half.
This is what people like less than half. Especially if you're doing out here in Los Angeles, California. They take this LA.
It's not even going to Mickey. It's just going to the government.
Well, a lot of it went to Mickey, but then it's going to the government. It's like, it's so sad. Every outlet that I open is now like, there's no filming in Los Angeles. It's like, they're making that. They're making that. They're literally, people here are pushing the industry out of Los Angeles. They can fix it. But we've been saying this for a very, very, very long time. That these last two projects are the last projects I will ever film in Los Angeles. They make it so difficult to film here, and it shouldn't be the case. This is where dreams are made, man. This is where it is. This is where it's supposed to be. They make it so hard, so hard.
I know.
But everything that you're saying, I completely agree with. I think we're in a new transition. But I think the industry is always gets to this level of shifting. Just when you fucking have it figured out, it shifts. We'll bounce back from this, but it'll look completely fucking different. And we'll have to mold, as we always do.
It feels different this time. I'm going to tell you why. AI.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, this is going to be a big shift.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not.
I've never had, like, I took a meeting at Warner Brothers a year ago, and half of the building was empty.
Dude, I just went to Universal. The fucking whole lot is done. Is gone. It's like 2 shows are in that entire place. Universal Studios. Where Steven Spielberg driving past. I was allowed in my car to drive into like Steven Spielberg's office area, but like no one's parked there, nothing. I'm like, I remember when I came to this building and like when I was like 19 or 20 and it was like happening.
Yes.
There's nothing here.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that studio just put a bunch of soundstage on the back, which is odd. I don't know what they're going to do, Peacock or what. Part of me thinks all this new building is going to be data centers.
It's like all the AI.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's going to be AI. Because if you look at Netflix down the street, half the buildings are like brick and black, and then the windows start like 10 stories up. So I'm wondering if those are all supercomputers. And it's dystopia. And so when we're doing this, like, I'm just, Paramount is a ghost town. Sunset Gower's is a ghost town. Like, it's weird.
LA feels different. Does LA feel different for you? Even people?
It does. It's been my home since I'm 19. And I don't think I could move. I could have a place somewhere else, but I've always feel this is my home. But there are people that that grew up here that have left.
Yeah.
Like
Everyone's
natives that are actors. And they're like, no, that's crazy to me.
Well, you don't need to be here anymore.
I know, but it's still LA. I still go to Sugarfish.
Oh, yeah.
I still like to drive to the beach. I still like to go to a coffee. I still like, you're right. Yeah. It is less and less though, but it's still LA.
The energy, man, the energy shift of people here is just like it's I get exhausted every time I'm somewhere else filming something. I get so upset having to go back home. I'm like, I'd rather stay here in the middle of this fucking Marfa, Texas and explore this area for like a week and not go back home before my next job.
You're so right.
Yeah.
I do love being on set.
I do. I love being away, exploring that city, going to random things. Like, I guess you can't say gypsy, right?
Oh, God, why?
You can't. Like,
What's wrong with gypsy?
Okay, can you say that now?
Yes.
Okay. But like, I've always identified like that's kind of like, I'm just like here, there, here,
You're
there.
You're a gypsy.
Yeah, 100%.
Racist.
You asshole.
Racist. She did it.
Okay, asshole.
Wait.
Okay, how do I say it?
By the way, you know this one?
I'm a fish. I'm a Pisces.
No, here's what the thing is this.
Pisces.
Is that if you were to give me, if I owed you $5 and I gave you $4, if you owed me $5 and you gave me $4, I would say, hey, why you gyp me?
Yeah.
You gyp?
Yeah.
I got called out on that.
Yep.
Because it's making fun of gypsies. Gypsies aren't a race of people. They're just a group of grifters. That's what gypsies are.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm allowed to say it. You didn't say it. I did it.
Yeah.
But they kind of are like carnival people.
Yeah.
And kid actors. So
Yes.
I'm just saying.
We're all carnies.
But yeah, so I know that about you. You're a free spirit.
I am a free spirit.
And you could go right now to Marrakesh for 12 weeks. And
be fine.
Yeah.
Thrive, baby.
Exactly.
I would thrive. I'd make that my bitch.
Exactly.
12 weeks.
And that's the beauty of our business.
Yeah.
My whole thing now is, can you go over there, make something, and hopefully people see it.
Okay,
where did your last two movies come out at?
Hold on. I was listening.
Where did they come out at?
I was listening to someone. Hold on, before my train of thought. Ben Stiller's new show. What's that fucking show called?
Severance.
The lead of that, I'm terrible with actor
Adam
names.
Scott.
Yes. He was saying that it is cheaper to go and fly your entire crew to like Spain and film a movie with a budget than it is to film here in Paramount or Universal or Warner Brothers.
Yes. Yes, I saw that clip, but there was also something like this. It was cheaper. This is so true what you just said. There's a show on Netflix, I think, about Asian street gangs. Mm-hmm. And it's cheaper to go to like South Africa and fly all the actors and have some locals and all the crew there than it is to actually film in San Francisco about Asian street gangs.
Yeah. Dude, I've done 7 movies in Thailand, and it's the best experience ever.
Yeah,
it's so cheap there.
Yeah.
And the crew like wants to work. They're like they're like and they're paid well. Like it's wild.
So when you direct these movies, do they come out? Do they come out straight to streaming? Do they go to Tubi?
So my first one with Mickey Rourke.
Legit.
Because
Pre-Big Brother.
Yeah. So we are dealing with that.
Oh, it didn't come out yet?
No.
Oh. Well, he flipped her. JoJo's now got a man. I'm old school, but that was too much. I love Mickey.
That was way
too much, Mickey. It was too much. It was abusive.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest experience working with Mickey.
Really?
Yeah. But
that's sad, but also, I'm not surprised.
But also,
cantankerous.
I like it's like the inner child, right? Like I do see that. I do see this fragile, thing that's like been in this industry and has obviously gone through so much shit in his life, and now he is this version and this armor. Like I have sympathy for that. I really do. I have sympathy for people.
You don't want to throw people out. Your threshold is. What I love about you is that your threshold is high. It doesn't mean you're going to hold them accountable, but it's like, do we really want to end this person's whole life because of a few things?
Yeah.
And I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. It would have to be a monster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not a monster.
Yeah, 100%.
Literally, he was too aggressive on that show, and JoJo's really sweet. I don't know her, I only met her like once, but she's real sweet. But that was a generational thing. But also, I know people in his generation that wouldn't do that. So it was just a little too much.
Yeah.
Much.
That was really awful. That was not called for.
Yeah.
But you also need people around you that hold you accountable for your actions. And if you don't have people around you that do that, and you lived your entire fucking life like that,
yeah. There's an example of her having to be her own advocate.
She's fucking awesome.
And she's strong.
Dude, she is so strong.
I know.
Do you think you would have had that? I didn't have that voice at her age back then.
No, she was really strong.
If she's the example for what young girls should be like, then little Scout would have been showing her fucking boobs to someone. I also have been asked by people to like send pictures like in bras and stuff, and women are asked that, like, especially if they're in like bikinis and something. It's like, can we take a picture of you in your bikini or your bra and your panties for the director to approve which one they want? It's like, bitch.
That's going to his fucking hard drive.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we've been doing that forever, women. Like, but TV shows, movies. So those photos are, God knows who has those, but they were airdropped to a fucking director. Hey, here's her undie and bra. Like, which underwear do you want her to wear? It's crazy. It's wild, but that's like second nature for us. We're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I always say photographers are the gateway to creeps because like, they'll take like pictures and they'll go, let's try this look, and then they'll get you for women in some sort of like lingerie-ish.
Yeah.
And then they'll hold you something kind of like a banana. And they're like, oh, it's just fruit. Like, put it close to your mouth. Like, they'll do weird shit like that.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Fucking creeps.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now wait. Okay, so this is what I want to say.
Ping pong.
It's so crazy because 2 to 4, don't ask me how I know this.
Okay.
2 to 4 on Thursdays in Van Nuys, there was a place called the Jim South Agency.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
No.
It's good that you don't.
Is it an agency?
No.
Is it a kid agency?
No.
What is it?
It's porn.
What?
And so that's where you go. If you want.
Wait, I fucking think I scouted this place.
Oh, God. Well, let me just tell you. Because
they had the back roofs?
I was never there.
With the glory holes? Yeah, fucking.
No, I don't know about that.
Okay.
But there's a guy who's a legend in the porn business called Jim South.
Oh,
And you walk in, and all the women have to be, they submit themselves and then decide. There's one guy, and you walk in, and he says, this is what they say he says. He says, all right, take off your clothes. And they take off your clothes. He goes, turn around. Spread your ass. You comfortable with blowjobs? And then he goes, all right, let you know. That's how you would audition.
For the adult industry?
Yes, that's how people would do it, right? Now, what I'm saying is, that's crazy, but people willingly went in because they wanted to, which obviously they don't because they have a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, That's the audition. And what you described wasn't that far off. You were not far off from Jim South.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
You were not far from Jim South. Spread your ass.
Imagine the other stories. Imagine the other women's stories out there that are fucking more worse.
How many producers texted one of the girls and made it about work? Yeah. But then fucking said some bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard stories. Luckily, I've never.
Give me one.
They're not my stories to tell.
Oh, okay.
But unfortunately, like I've never been. I don't think. No, I've never had something where a producer like sort of made that sort of pass at me. I do remember I was filming this movie up in Russia.
Up in Russia.
I was filming a movie in Russia. Up? Oh, sorry. In Russia. Like
it's like Barstow.
And it felt like I was fucking in a totally different world I was. But I remember I was out with a few of the cast members and I was filming in Tbilisi, Georgia, which is outside of Russia. Is that how you pronounce it?
Is Tbilisi? It Russia or Russia? Russia. Oh, Georgia.
Tbilisi.
Oh, okay. Overseas.
Yes, overseas.
Okay. Georgia, not Georgia. Okay.
Yeah. So I was filming there, and this guy that was not one of the producers, but one of the producer's friends who was very, like, everybody feared him. Like, no one could touch him. He was, like, the king of, like he was the king in the studios. Like the police knew him. Like everybody knew who this guy was. Don't ask me his name because I don't remember it. But
what's his name?
we all went out that night with the producer and myself and a couple of other co-stars, and we got into his car, and literally the back seats turned around and the back opened, and he was driving like he was in Mario Kart. Like literally, like doom, like it was crazy. I was like mid-20s, and I remember seeing sirens, and the cops were like pulling this guy over for fucking speeding, and they pulled up to him. They saw it was him, pulled away. They just fucking vanished, and they took us to a strip joint, and I really liked strip clubs. I mean. I used to really like strip clubs. I used to like to go to strip clubs. There's an art form. There's a beautiful art form, you know, with women. And so
I don't know what ones you're going to.
Okay, but this strip joint was a very classy gentleman's club. And
Georgia, Russia,
and these women were gorgeous, and their dance moves that they were doing were incredible. When I was
they were acrobatics.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
They actually worked the pole.
And I was watching these women, and then I look around, and I'm like, oh, all my co-stars are gone, and the one female that I was with,
and they're like, come to the back, we have an outfit for you.
Well, one of the women that I was with was very drunk, and I remember I was like, where is she? Like, I need to make sure that she's okay. And so I'm searching this fucking place. I know what the boys are doing, whatever. I'm searching this place, and I find her with that fucking guy. And that guy is on top of her. And I fucking, like, push the guy off, and I'm like, no, like, I don't remember fully, but I'm like, we need to go. Like, I need to get you here. And the producer came up to me and was like, no. You can't do that to him. You can't do that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck who this is. I'm getting her home.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like another situation. The producer was like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. I'm like, fuck you. Yes, I can.
So you got her out of it?
Oh, yeah. I got her out of there. It's wild.
Good for you. Was the guy part of the movie or just someone's like rich financer?
No, I mean, he was a producer. Yeah.
So he must have had the money or something.
Yeah, it was weird. Weird stuff. Stuff like that happens. Those stories. People I don't think believe like shit like that happens in the movie industry, but maybe they do now because now more people talk about it. Now people are like, you know, speaking out about their stuff, but yeah, it's pretty wild. Being a woman in this industry is crazy.
Yeah.
It is wild.
But you seem like you've come through it.
Yeah.
And you seem like you've had some not great things, but nothing that has ruined you.
No. I think from my hard childhood, I had to learn at a young age how to protect myself. I really had to learn, and being in the industry so young.
But you're so open. But you guys, I do feel like though you could fight.
Yeah.
And I do feel like you're not scared of anything.
Mm.
But I also feel you're very open, which is a nice combo.
I think it's good to be able to be open.
Like you don't get jaded. Something happened,
mm-hmm.
and then you just go, okay, that happens, not good.
Yeah.
You deal with it, and you go on.
Yeah.
And you look at, that's what real acting is. It's like each situation fresh and new, and how do I feel about it? And that's how you kind of treat things. That's how I feel when seeing you.
And I think being on a set at such a young age definitely helped with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like my emotions and seeing what it is and structuring it, like what it needs to be, putting it in a box or not putting it in a box, you know? Like a lot of that is like learned from such a young age.
When you went to this other Anon, what was it called?
The SLA?
The first one you said.
ACA.
What is that? No, that's the adult children.
Yeah.
The other one.
SLA is Sex Love Anonymous.
And what is...
So I realized that I am an addict, where I had like an alcohol problem.
Do you not drink anymore?
No, I do, but like it messes with me chemically. Like it really does.
So you still drink?
I do occasionally.
It messes with you. It gets you drunk.
Okay, no, like chemically. Like I'll get really sad. I'll get
it's a depressant.
Yeah, depressant.
Do you know what else it does?
Hmm.
They call it a spirit.
Oh.
Do you know why?
No.
Because alcohol is related to al-Kahul.
I've heard you talk about this. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's up to you to believe it.
No, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
And people get possessed.
Yeah, that makes sense. I fucking feel like I'm a possessed version of myself when I drink too much.
And you possessed is going to be crazy because you're already kind of possessed. She's possessed, folks. So
I can be a really fun possessed.
Oh, sure.
But sometimes I can be really sad depressed.
Yes.
You know.
So the alcohol.
So
what
it went
about
to alcohol? I went to drugs, which I had a really like coke. I had a really hard 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, really, really, really hard. And then it went to sex.
A good progression.
Yeah, and then that was like, but very addicted.
Mm-hmm.
Like very addict quality.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's sort of transitioned into work, where I'm like a workaholic. So I have an addictive personality. Now I'm just trying to balance it out. trying to find a balance.
So it was. Were you pounding booze hard?
Yeah, I would go to bed with a bottle of Bacardi by my bed.
How much did you drink?
I drink a lot.
I love
that's why coming here and do on these streets. Are you fucking kidding me? Little fucking Scout coming from that movie set.
And where would
of being pressured into doing a scene and coming back and trying to fucking figure it out.
And so you run to the Bacardi bottle?
Oh yeah, it was bad. And then Coke was really bad for me. Like, dude, I remember dropping Coke bags in the fucking airport.
How old? 9.
No, this was like right after the Runaways, so like mid-20s.
That feels like though that was almost like acting.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. That movie. Let me tell you something. That movie is so good.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is so.
Nobody fucking went and saw it.
Can I tell you something? It's crazy. This is crazy. It's so good. You're so good in it.
Thanks.
I mean, all your co-stars are so good in it. The shot, the music, I love Cherry Bomb. Like, I don't know because it hit me at a young age, and I remember that music at the roller skating rink and stuff. Lita Ford is, a pioneer who you played. Pat Bennett, who's the other woman?
Cherie Curry.
Cherie Curry.
Joan Jett.
That's my name. And Joan Jett is another pioneer. It was Joan. Yeah, I saw her at a festival once. So what I'm saying is, I went into another country, not Russia, but Armenia, and I didn't have many. This is like before Wi-Fi got crazy, and I didn't have like a bunch of ways to get stuff. And on my computer, that was one of like 4 things I had saved. And I watched that movie
Hell yeah.
every day.
Hell yeah.
In my trailer in between takes. I probably watched it 5 times. It was just so good. And like I discovered something new. I never do that. I only do that with a couple movies. Scarface. Yeah. But like that movie, and you're right, it's an undiscovered gem, but that's exactly what we're talking about. That's your Anora in a sense. Like that could have been up for best. Was it up for Best Picture?
No.
I feel like it was up for a lot of awards.
No.
But it's
it
so
barely made
good.
it to Sundance. It barely made it to Sundance.
But it had Dakota and
Kristen.
Chris. And then all
and
you
Michael
guys.
Shannon. Michael Shannon.
I know.
Yeah. It was good.
So good.
It was so good. And
the acting's insane.
It's such a bummer that like no one cared.
I could see, because you're probably like 22 at that time.
God, I don't know.
21.
I was like very like suicidal, like very suicidal. And so I would keep going. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dude, I would do Adderall with Coke mixed in and go to a yoga class, Jamie. Like, that's where I was for a couple of years.
Years?
Yeah, a couple
Every
of
day
years.
you would do a bump?
Yeah.
Every day?
Oh, yeah. Because the come down
you
for
have
me...
such good skin. How did that happen? You have all your teeth.
But the come down was so scary for me. It was like I do this because it literally felt like I was dying, like I was suffocating. When I woke up and I was like, I looked at my dog and I was like, you don't make me happy.
You said that to your dog?
I said that to my dog.
Your dog's minding its own business.
I said that to my dog because I was looking for something. I was looking for something. I needed saving. I needed someone. You know, I didn't really have, my family is not the best support system. Friendships weren't really the best support system. They were like, let's go do more or whatever, or they're on their own journey. And so I was desperately trying to like find saving.
And then that goes into dudes.
Yeah, and then it went into sex. It went into love addiction. And it went into like, I need to be loved. And what do I do to be loved? I use my body. They love the body, right? Sex. It'll keep them there. It'll keep them here. Love, it's a very common thing, like SLA. But it's so nice that these programs exist because you're around other people and you listen to these stories and you don't feel alone and you feel seen. It's wild. I'm so grateful for them because they definitely have helped me throughout my life, for sure. And now I'm at the root of where I probably should have been in my, early 20s, where it really stems from a really young place. And that's what I'm working through right now.
No, I can imagine. And all I can say is that I can relate. I think the work, I used to say, well, at least it's something positive. I mean, I think taking yoga, sans the Adderall and Coke, is good. I think work is good, but obviously we can get super addicted to that.
Addicted.
And then, you do a movie and you're gone for 4 months and you come back and after you catch up with your sleep, you're looking at your ceiling and going, okay, what's next?
I gotta do something next.
Yeah, and that's not healthy.
Something else.
Yes, yeah. And it's like we need to understand what a life is. So there's addictions and everything.
What do you look like? You strap all of this away. All of it, Jamie. Literally all of it. You take everything.
My
away.
Fame?
Everything.
My money?
You take everything away. What would you do? What does that look like for you? Where would you be that would be happy and fulfilled? Would you be happy and fulfilled?
I'd probably be in front of a Starbucks ranting about the government.
Okay.
Low key.
Okay. So you would be fine. Great.
So I'd be kind of doing what I'm doing now.
Okay.
I just do it with the studio.
Amazing. That's great. I'm so glad.
I mean,
I'm so glad that doesn't go. For me, it goes.
No, look.
Huh?
It's hard to answer that because I've done it and I do it, and I've been fortunate enough that I can walk around in this town and get into certain things, whether it's from business or just life of someone recognizes you at a restaurant. Like, hey, what's up, Jamie? It's like we become like little fixtures of the community, right? And it's a beautiful thing. Would I be a regular person, 9 to 5? No. Married? No. Probably kids. I don't think I would have still have done that. I was always doing independent jobs. Like, I knew the value of money, and like money wasn't anything more than just a way to have freedom for myself, to buy time to do what I want, whether it was play racquetball or hang out or go to a club or, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'd be questioning everything, but I'd probably just have some type of way to make money, and then I wouldn't want a job because I always got fired. I'm too bossy.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, cool. I love that.
You do like that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Are you surprised?
Yeah. Well, it's your Gemini.
Well, no. I'm like you. If I'm sitting at a Red Lobster and a guy's telling me to fucking clean behind the fish tank, and I'm like, dude, it's already clean. No one's going to see it. I have other stuff to do. He's like, no, you have to do just to keep me busy. And I'm like, that's just a dumb job. Like, you could get this guy to do it. And I was shit like that. So I always got fired.
Okay.
But also I was like, I wasn't there mentally.
Yeah.
So what do I do? I mean, it's such a hard question now because
your identity's so engraved in
but also it's that's why we're going through a real paradigm shift. Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I love about you is that you are so animated and wild, but yet you're a great listener. And I'm going to get this out because I'm so fascinated that you're such a good listener to be the other side of what you are. Right now, what you just said, okay, Los Angeles, which is my home. I've lived here as long as you've been alive. But you're a native, so I give you more because you were born with the roots. And this town, this state has completely changed. But this world has changed, okay? I've gone from a fucking con to a comedy show without talking to one human. From the Uber to the Postmates that I eat in it, to the check-in, to my bag, to the fucking Uber, to the hotel. Like, that's where we're at. Now, that's going with our business, our art, our dating life, our friendship circle,
you're right.
Okay, let me explain something to you. And remind me to tell you about my last guest. The dystopia is real. You look around and big-ass buildings are blacked out. And then the other ones are abandoned, or the other one's a hipster coffee shop with a chick with 6 different colors of blue in her hair. Am I wrong? And or it's a cat cafe. Like, experiences. Like, there's so much. The biggest business on Melrose is for lease. Yeah. And so that's new. And I understand there's a condensing of the business. I understand technology. But when you say we bounce back, this is new. AI and what we're heading into is mankind's
I keep on
last invention.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you, Scout?
Yeah, I do.
It's the last invention.
Yeah.
And to the point where yesterday I had a guest who we both know and I love him to death. He flaked on me.
Oh.
So guess why that dummy's over there? Because I put a dummy there, and that fucking slim man that you met earlier said, let's interview ChatGTP. And we interviewed the internet, and it was fucking fascinating. And I said, God, I can deal with this all the time. I don't want to deal with flaky fucking actors.
Oh, fuck.
So you want to talk about replace? We replace ourselves when we do shit like that.
Yeah.
And if it's a good episode, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it again. I know. But it's...
Jamie's like, I don't want this to change, but I'll join. I'll join and help the cause.
But what I'm saying is, no, obviously I want that energy from someone like you, but like I'm one of the real ones in the sense of, I mean, it sounds annoying, but like I scoot down the street. There's a guy who's like Mr. Hollywood who I introduced, who's like a Guardians Angels I interviewed, and he's going to be on. And he talks about all the shit that's fucked up Hollywood. He talks about all the taxes and all the stuff that's happening, the film commission, all the stuff. Yeah. And he's like, Gwyneth Paltrow, you know, you're full of goop, and I love you, but she goes to the Oscars. She never takes a lime down Hollywood Boulevard. I do. People recognize me. They don't fuck with me. Like, I'm in these streets because I love it. And so many, Hollywood distanced itself from it. But when I drive around the encampments, there's people that have bad luck, and there's other people that are crazy, and there's other people that are on Adderall and Coke, although you did fine with it. And it's just wild. Staples are leaving. Like Le Petit Four on Sunset Plaza is closing.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is it's dystopia for me right now.
I feel like COVID was like a big kick.
Yes, it was.
Well, it was a massive kick.
Well, that's a whole other.
I always think that I always say this. We're gonna end up like. Have you ever seen Wall-E?
Yeah, 100%.
We're gonna be those
sit
guys.
There like this big fat. Oh, 100%. No, that's a precursor.
I had to had inner dialogue when you were saying in your what you just said.
My rant.
No, but I had to have my inner dialogue because I am that person. When I go to a yoga class, I stay in my lane. I stay myself. Don't give smiles. Don't give energy away. I just do my shit and I leave. Yeah. I've now had to be like, hey, I don't want to be that. Like, look at the other. Make contact. When you pass someone on the street, make contact. Smile at them. Like, I'm trying.
I like that you do that, but the problem is if you get a talker or a creepo, you smile at a guy in your yoga tights, he's like, oh, damn.
I know. She wants me.
It's on.
I know. I know.
Oh,
it's
shit.
Hard. It's hard.
HJ in the car.
It's hard. No, it's so true. It's so true.
Nah, you're a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't smile at a guy.
Yeah. Dude, it's like catcalling is like a thing now. Like in the past year, it's like bad here. I can't even walk down the street without like a car.
What is a car?
And one time, literally the other day, I was like, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? What do you think we're gonna do? You think we're gonna go behind the fucking dumpster and fuck really quick? Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
That's my joke. I love that you did it.
Like, what do you think is gonna happen? I want to go, yeah, okay, cool. What do you want to do?
You finally did it?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I used to do a joke about this because I tell women when like a guy's on a plane and you're sitting there and you're in the middle seat and like a woman's sitting there and then like a guy's like, oh, you got an Apple Watch? I got an Apple Watch. Yeah, you got a watch? Wow. Hey, you got fingernails? I got fingernails. Like whatever they can fucking do. Fucking Donnie Desperado. And I said to them, I said, well, hey, why don't you just tell the guy, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking blow you right here, bro. I'm going to take you to the bathroom and fucking gag you down. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to spread my fucking ass and let you clap my cheeks? And she was like, yeah, I do that. And then for 5 hours, I'm sitting next to a psycho. She goes, you can't do that. So then I was like, got educated again. But I like that you did it to a car. Now, what if you went... But you can handle yourself.
I literally have mace on my keychain.
But you screamed at the car, we think we're going to fuck?
Yeah. What do you fucking think is going to happen?
And he went, I like to. See, I made him Mexican. No, I'm sorry.
No, he got nervous. There's this...
Guys will get nervous. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you did it to a girl at Trader Joe's and a guy's like, hey, I'm buying almonds. You buying almonds? You're like, oh, yeah, you want me to suck your almond? A guy'd be like, okay. We'd be freaked out. I would be freaked out.
But I love that. There's this girl on Instagram where she will literally do what men do to women, and she will like hit on them, and they freaking like they freeze. They're like, yeah. What do we?
It's actually good.
Well, what do you want, babe? Yeah. What do you want? What are you wanting? Or I want to turn around and just be like a really weird face. Like if anybody just be like, is this what you want?
Wow. Well, catcalling is back. I mean, it's a compliment, but it's not. Yeah,
it's back.
Wow,
it's wild. Yeah, it's back.
Wow.
My husband is so oblivious to it.
But your husband is such a sweet guy.
He's such a sweet guy.
He would be like, well, he's just a fan of your work. Her husband's like 6'9", 700 pounds, completely built.
Sometimes I'm
Zero
like,
body fat.
Tom, no.
He, you know what? He loves Halloween.
But he's so nice. Tom is so nice.
I know.
But it's also hard. Like, you can't get canceled either as a man, right? Like, you got to be careful what you do.
I got a guy.
What you do.
Who, and I just say this, happens to be gay, so you understand context. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I go to these cons and, you know, nothing ever weird happens to me at a con. I'm sure you get oogled. Mm-hmm. But, like, I do meet and greets at my comedy shows, and sometimes there's some drunk-ass Karens. Oh. And they'll hit my ass and shit. And I just laugh. And the gay guy's like, me and my friend, he's like, it's a compliment. He's like, we're dudes. And I'm like, it is. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing ever weird.
Yeah.
But I would never, nor have I ever done that to a woman. But like, you know what I'm saying? So my point is, it's different for guys.
It's different. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's different.
But it's kind of crazy that it's back.
But I don't know though. Like I've apologized to like you know, I'm bisexual, so I am both attracted to male and female.
When did this happen? Did this happen mid-interview?
No.
Does Tom know about this?
Tom does know about this. Tom listens to my podcast, so he listens to my podcast just so he knows.
That was one of the requirements.
No, I think he's afraid of it.
Tom
I think he's like, what? He's like, what is that?
Tom is like,
what is that? You know?
Hey, I don't like you liking other hot chicks. Stop it.
Stop looking at that girl's boobs.
I'm gonna go cook with Jamie.
But where was I going with this?
You're a bisexual who loves dead bodies.
So yeah, who loves dead bodies. But that's like is
covered a lot.
That is, I know how long have we been talking?
I don't even know.
We've been talking for
almost 2 hours. You haven't even started yet. No, let's get through the bisexual, and I think that's a good point to end it on your. I mean, it doesn't have to end, but at some point. How's that water coming, Slim? Remember he was going to get you a water 2 fucking hours ago? Guy's so engrossed that he's like, fucking stiff over there.
Is this a good episode? Or?
Jesus Christ.
He's like, this might be a good episode.
Did you ever get the fucking water, Slim? Give her a gosh darn water.
Stop talking.
See what he did? See what he did? He's polite. He's from Indiana.
It's true. We have it.
That's for you, by the way. I can't believe you're fucking weak ass.
I know. I did boxing yesterday, and I literally can't even grip.
Don't hit me hard, but just do it. That's how I know you're strong.
So hard.
Because you know you're.
I was like, I gotta pull.
One of the original Ninja Turtles is my friend, and he would shake your hand so soft because he could rip your hand off.
Get the fuck out.
All those guys are super fucking.
What's your dream job? What's your dream movie? And then we gotta end this podcast.
Yeah. We'll finish with your bite. Well, yeah. My dream job.
What's your dream? What's your thing that you want to do?
I think I would love to play a villain.
Cool.
In a
like in a Marvel movie,
I
or
mean,
like
that's always
like
cool.
A serial killer.
Well, I played a movie. I already played a serial killer, a super killer on Criminal Minds, and it's gotten me so much love from fans.
But then you an episode.
Yeah, it was an episode, but like on a performance of something that just because I know I can do it and people don't expect it from me. And
it'd be really cool to see you on something like Gotham or something.
Yeah, or something like
on like one of those sort of roles.
Yeah, whether it's a superhero or not, or just a regular life person that is opposite of what my persona is. Because
you know what? I have something for you.
That's a role?
I have a short that I've been wanting to do.
And is it?
It's about a serial killer.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But that's interesting that you said that, because I was like looking at that.
Is he he's a monster?
Mm-hmm.
But is he charming?
Yeah. He's a teacher.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You wrote it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into that because I think people think of me one way, but my 100%. true people that get it, and I would consider you one of those people that you look at me and you know I'm much more than just funny. And to be funny, it's just another defense mechanism to do the bullshit. I'm just looking at everyone like they're fucking idiots. So that's just another form of intelligence that people don't realize. Most people don't. So, and most comedians are dark. We're being funny, but really I always say this. Can I say this? I don't want to say this. They say like, George Clooney's like, he's a real jester on set. And I'm like, no, he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he tries to be funny, and like that's what Hollywood thinks is funny, and I might have to edit that. But like, he gets all the deep roles, and it's like, motherfucker, you really want to know what deep is? Come to my fucking head. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Play a bar and fucking outside a fucking New Orleans and someone's breaking bottles in the corner and somebody's shooting up needles. Why aren't I getting those roles?
Yeah.
Because I got to audition for a fucking That's what the thing with comedians are. They're overlooked like that. We see the most fucked up shit. The reason why we're funny is because that's our process, is because we don't want to take a hatchet to the fucking town.
Yeah. Dude, that's why I love seeing when a comedian does like a serious role and they're fucking so good and people are like, what? How?
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are morons. What do
Thank
you
you.
mean?
Thank you.
What
Exactly.
do you fucking mean?
Exactly.
Of course. Dude, Robin Williams, man. Jim Carrey. Like, dude, when they I prefer comedians when they play serious stuff.
Well, I'm with you, and that's why Criminal Minds is so great, because Jason Alexander did one, Frankie Muniz did one, James Vanderbeek. Not all necessarily comedians, but a lighter persona.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's the place that gives us a chance.
Yeah.
So I'm into it.
Yeah, I did a Criminal Minds as well.
There's no reason to brag. It's not a competition.
I think I was.
Did you get killed, or were you a killer?
No, I'm always the killer. I'm always
So you were an
the killer.
unsub.
I'm the sweet one that you don't think that is the mastermind of it, but then I'm the mastermind. And I'm like always usually like manipulating a man for some reason. I'm like, okay.
That's awesome.
You don't think I can do this by myself?
Oh, yeah.
I
And
need
then
a front.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Because you're sweet, and then behind your eyes is all the machinations.
All the fucking crazy shit is back there. That's funny. On that note, what's your show called?
This is called Hate to Break It to You.
Hate to break it to you guys. This is what it all is. This is what it is.
This is incredible. Thank you. Do you want to promote anything? Tell people what your socials are.
Oh yeah. What is my socials? Under the Sea Scout.
Yeah.
Is my Instagram.
Under the Sea Scout.
And that's pretty much it. That's where I'm at. I'm there.
Look for her movies. She's incredible.
And watch Devil May Cry. It's out on Netflix right now.
Yes.
We just got picked up for season 2, baby.
Are you the lead?
Yeah. It's animated.
Oh.
Really great too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. You have to watch it. It's actually really fun.
Okay. Devil May Cry on Netflix. Congratulations. Like and subscribe, guys. Peace.
Peace.
No one's talking. They're blockers. That's not why I came to you. Fucking backwards. Bullshit.
I hate to break it to you.